Have you thought if you've been structuring your life in a way that it is inherently difficult for you to navigate through the day? Have you put things in place so that it is kind of painful, and you know pain is good for you because pain leads to gain, right? But have you been focused on the pain part and not the gain part? Because it kind of feels to me that you're focusing on the fact that if it is difficult, that means you're making progress. It doesn't have to be that way. Just because your life is difficult right now doesn't mean that you're making progress. The thing that I'm trying to tell you about is that you don't always have to choose the hard way. That's what you're doing because you've been watching Red Pill content and you've been watching all these motivational David Gorgins and kind of videos. And you forgot the fact that people who take the advantage are the people who work smart, not the ones who work hard. No matter how difficult your life may be, someone else will be doing the same exact things that you do in an easier way, in a smarter way, and they're finding it more fun while you're there calling it grind. You are there deluding yourself. You're telling yourself that it is difficult, but I am strong. That is weak masculinity right there. That shows your weakness because you need to feel like you're taking the higher approach and that you're grinding through all the pain and everything so that you can feel strong. That shows your weakness right there, man. I want you to think about this in the right way. What are you focused on? Like when I see people hop onto self-improvement and all these things, what I see is they get into this and they always focused on the wrong things. Because I remember I was in the nofap communities and everything, and there people are not focused on the fact that why it is bad or this whole pursuit of living without it, but people are so focused on keeping their streak numbers. I don't get it. That's such an autistic game to play. I don't understand. These people would have their usernames will be like Jack Day 7 of November. Like, what the hell, bro? Is that all you're about? Your name Jack? It's almost like your day of November is your last name. That is so like embarrassing. That's such a small-headed game to play. People always obsessing on the wrong things. If you remember, when people start reading books, I've made a video about reading books before, but when people start reading books, it's about, I tell someone I read books, then I'm like, then they'll be asking the question, how many books a week do you read, or how many books a month do you read? I'm like, bro, are you retarded? Because think about it. Think about what I'm saying. The reason I'm reading books is for knowledge. The question they should have asked me would be, is there a good book that you want to recommend to me? That makes a lot of sense. When you reduce these deep things into mere numbers, when you don't appreciate the value associated with behind those words, you start to focus on the wrong things. And when you focus on the wrong things, when you focused on making life difficult, you're just making life difficult. You're just making progress also difficult. The point of having the grind is when you want to do good things and it seems difficult. If I want to wake up at 5 and it feels difficult, then I should take the difficult approach. But just because something feels difficult doesn't mean it's good. You're taking it both ways when it's only one way. How I got the idea for this video was when I remembered that I had this friend that we were roommates and we were trying to do a business together and everything, which didn't really work out. But I used to remember telling him that the grip of the pull-up bar at the ground that we run at is bad. He's telling me it's just pain. It's good for you. I'm like, bro, that pain, how does it doesn't make it any better. Okay, it just hurts your skin. Okay, maybe you get harder skin, maybe you get these grippy things, but it doesn't affect my pull-ups positively. It actually makes it worse. So my grip would give up, and I'm not talking about grip strength, I'm talking about literally friction. Okay, that would give up before I would be able to reach my potential of my lat and my lower back. When you focused on make on thinking that pain is necessary and it's only about the pain, then you're chasing the wrong things. And another thing people do is they put up all these restrictions, all these set of rules they probably got from some, some Instagram post or some billionaire's daily routine or some shit like that, and they put it onto their life. That guy who you're trying to follow has lived a much different life for years, and they're putting some rule on themselves. I remember telling you about the video "Rich People Don't Sleep 8 Hours a Day," and that video told me to wake up at 4 a.m. and I woke up at 4 a.m. and I had nothing to do. This is what people do. They set up these rules. They find somewhere on the internet or somewhere some successful guy's routine and they try to copy it. They put all these restrictions on their life. And they just make their life difficult without actually making any progress. I'm laughing because it's so stupid that they're thinking too one dimensionally, man. Like, think about it. Think about the actions, the habits, all those things that you make. There is an underlying go behind it. The reason most people don't make progress in self improvement is because they think about the activities. They don't think about the underlying philosophy. Because once you understand the philosophy, these videos become useless. If I understand the philosophy behind the self improvement, all these habits, everything, every kind of video that tells you take these actionable steps, things like that, it's all the same thing. It's all the same philosophy. It's preaching one thing, but it's giving you applications of the same thought behind it. And once you understand that philosophy, every video you watch, you think to yourself, yeah, it's just the same old rubbish that everyone else is talking about. And that is true because people don't think deep about this stuff. People, when they struggle with nofap, they look for nofap tips and tricks, 5 ways to not relapse. When they're struggling with sleep, they go tricks to fall asleep fast. No, bro. Probably if you fix your mental health before that, most of the problems you have would be gone. If you fixed your diet, most of the problems you had will be gone. If you exercise more regularly, most of that will be gone. If you stop attaching to the wrong people. The thing is, all of these have this underlying thing, and all of this stems from the same thing, but you choose to treat the symptom. That's a very common tendency of people. Just treat the symptoms over and over again, but never address the source. So the symptom keeps coming back and they wonder why they're failing on NoFap. It's getting pretty dark out there. I got to recording this video very late, but I wanted to make this video today itself because I had the idea and I wanted to tell you this message, and I feel like I was in a good mood. It's like I'm smiling and I'm joking around and stuff. So I'll give you the key takeaways from this video. Think deeply about simple things. Then you will understand the underlying factors and the underlying thing behind the thing that is on the surface level. That is tip number one for you. And another tip is that do always look for the smartest approach, look for the smartest man, look for the person who's doing it easy and enjoying it. If you find something difficult, look for the person who's enjoying it, look for someone who's doing it in a smarter way. You'll always find something, some conclusion to draw from it. Don't be stupid, man. Come on, stop focusing on the wrong things. That would be tip number 3. Focus on the right things. Was that tip number 1? I don't know. The thing is, stop being so foolish, man. Think about it. Think for yourself. Remember back in the golden age of philosophy, and I don't remember, was it like Aristotle times? I don't know. The point is, at that time, the philosophers used to be fighters, and the fighters used to be philosophers. Now, what happened to this world right now is the thinkers are fat pussies, and the fighters are retarded. I'm telling you, we're living in a fucking society that's going downhill because of this reason. Our thinkers are weak and our fighters are stupid. If you become a formidable physical specimen with a mind of gold, there is no reason why you wouldn't just keep climbing to the top, because everyone seems to want to respect you. This is I think I've gone past the topics of this video, but I wanted you to understand this, because this is the change that we want in society. Become noble, respectable human beings. When you walk into a room, you should be radiating aura. God, I hope I could really have you sit here in front of me and tell you things properly. I mean, honestly, we could be on video calls and be on videos, but that's what I'm trying to do eventually. You could text me on Instagram and I'll get back to you. It's the same, Shah's Unfiltered, that's what you gotta find. But what I'm trying to tell you is that it's not as complicated as you think. It doesn't have to be as difficult as you think. That's about it. I mean, there's other videos on the channel you can watch. There's a lot more, and there are some unlisted videos. If you want, you can DM me. I'll send them to you. It's not that big of a deal. Keep connecting with the channel. Keep connecting with me. We'll keep this up. And I love making these videos, man. I love helping people out. The messages I get on Instagram, on TikTok, telling me that, man, you're saying things that other people are afraid of selling. Just saying things that people haven't really thought about, and just that's what keeps me going. And one day I wake up to a really good message, it just makes my day. It just makes me want to contribute to the world more and be with more people like me, people like you, people who think. You're watching this video because you know what you have to gain from this one, and I love you for that, man. Like, you're taking the steps, you're going forward. This is awesome. You're making progress. Yeah, keep coming back to the channel. Subscribe if you. I don't think subscription and all really doesn't matter. I mean, if you don't subscribe, if you keep watching my videos, it'll just keep popping up. I think I'll upload like anywhere like 3 videos a week or something. And this is kind of the conversational style that I'm gonna keep, and this kind of works for me. And I do want to do live streams in the future. If you want, comment down below. Let's figure it out someday. Maybe in the weekends. That would be like more convenient for me. That's about it. And if you want to work with me, like if you want me to mentor you or something, sure, hit me up. If you want help with social media growth, YouTube growth, I've worked as a YouTuber, I've been a content manager kind of shit. Like, if you want that, DM me on Instagram, man. Look, if you want my help, DM me on Instagram. We'll figure it out. Okay, that's about it. Thanks for watching, I guess. That's about it, man. Go do something meaningful with your time.